Welcome to Fallout 76. This is Jim. In this video, we're going to take a look at completing daily challenges for today, Friday, November 21st, 2025. Let's take a look at and see what we got for today. Alright, we got some good ones here, and many videos on my channel that'll help you guys out. I get different ideas, different locations, easy areas, hard areas. I will do if your brain's making a new player to the game, you're a returning player, even an experienced player. This particular daily, weekly challenge is giving you a hard time or trouble. I'm sure you'll find a video on my channel that'll help you. Try to keep my videos as updated as I possibly can. Of course, you guys are awesome with the great comments and tips, which I greatly appreciated. If you do wonder why I slightly more score than you, the top right-hand corner of the screen have a 25% boost. Of course, I claimed that right out the current Season 22 Season Pass on 3 pages, a 5%, 10%, an additional 10%, which you can claim by being a Fallout First member, or by paying the 1,500 atoms for the Season Pass. I apologize for the lateness of the video. Again, as I mentioned there, we got some folks that are working on our house, put on some siding, so they're crashing, banging, and booming here a little bit earlier on here today. That's why I'm a little late for the video. I appreciate everyone's patience and support on these days. All right, let's take a look here, guys. Build a decoration in the Shelter 5. So just in case you did not know, get yourself a free shelter here in game. Make your way up here to Vault 51. Now, if you're a brand new player, never played the game before, I would say the hardest part to make your way up here. But once when you do, it's very worthwhile. It's just about a 5-7 minute quest. There's no enemies involved. At the very end, you get your free shelter. And plus, you get some nice decorations for that shelter as well. Now, if you're a returning player and you played during the Season 13 scoreboard, the old scoreboards you used to have, and if you made it all the way to rank 100, you're going to get yourself a free sound stage shelter then. And if you paid for Fallout First just for 1 month and never paid for it ever again, and you're able to claim the Vault Lobby Shelter, even though you don't pay for Fallout First anymore, you'll always have that shelter available to you. Alright, let's take a look here. Let's go inside of our shelter. That is a stipulation. Alright, so we're inside of our shelter here. And what is it that we have to do? Build a decoration in Shelter 5. Now, again, a lot of people like to kind of add or modify to their camps or shelters. We do have these coming up quite frequently. If not every day, seems like every day. You can definitely keep what you're building. Nothing wrong with that. But you can also build things and scrap them. That's what we usually end up doing here on the channel, just build and scrap. If you do plan on building and scrapping, I always recommend to kind of build it a little bit out of the way so you're not inside of a building or a prefab, etc. You do run the risk of accidentally scrapping that stuff. All right, let's go to our build menu here. Now, it's the same button you would hold down inside your shelter in order to go to the build menu. I know I got a little message, a comment a couple weeks ago. Someone was having some issues getting to their build menu in their shelter. So I have never heard of an occasion where people weren't able to do that. So I just recommended for them just to kind of get a hold of Bethesda. They said they're on PC, so if you are on PC, let me know if you're having the same issues, but I just hit the same button on Xbox to bring me to the build menu when I'm inside of a shelter, and I just kind of build away. So without really knowing too much more information, I couldn't really help them any further, but hopefully they are able to figure it out. All right, so let's go down here to decorations here. And again, if you don't plan on keeping it, I recommend building something that doesn't cost a lot of resources. It's really up to you. Let's go. We're going to graph some of these beakers here. The only cost is a couple glass, and you can see we have all kinds of glass here. And you can build all the same if you wish, or you can build all different things, whatever you want to do. There we go. Build a decoration in Shelter 5 for 5. Now, because the build menu, just 1 second here. Sorry. Excuse me, sorry. So because the build menu is still fairly new to some of us, of course, the new build menu did not come with instructions. So I always like to kind of add some stuff in. So I just kind of get to this main menu here. So the new build menu, we have build and modify. So of course you can't see it in the top left-hand corner because I'm here. But I hit LS. I'm on Xbox. Whatever button is for you, that's what you select. And that's when you can switch between modify and build, okay? When you go modify, you can edit. You can add wallpapers, lock, replace. This is where you can kind of pick your items up and kind of move them around, okay? This is where you can just kind of scrap them, all right? And when you do scrap, you do get half of the materials back. Just like that. All right, let's get out of this shelter here. A little musty in here. Oh, and our camp is getting attacked. I tried to eliminate them before starting the game, but oh, we have some Protectrons here. And unfortunately, we're doing a challenge as we go, but we'll still go through it anyway. He's going to explode. Ha! All right. So we'll talk about that next, seeing how we just did it here. So Cripple, a Protectron with Robobrain arms too. So some great locations where you can find Protectrons and Robobrains, such as your camp. When you're kind of sitting there, your AFK, whatever, your camp will get attacked once in a while. So just a little FYI there, that could happen. With some great locations for Protectrons and Robobrains, we have the upper section of Clarksburg. Now, there's other type of robots up here as well, but I find there's usually about 6 Protectrons up here. This is a pretty good spot here, Arctos Pharma. I say there's a pretty good mix of robots here as well, but I find there's at least 6 Protectrons there, maybe even 12, so 6 to 12, I would say. Right down here in... get it here, Beckley and the Beckley Mine Exhibit. So again, nice little spread of different type of robots, but I would say there's probably about half a dozen Protectrons, and there's usually 2 Robobrains here at the Beckley Mine Exhibit. I would say 9 times out of 10. Safe to say. 4 Robobrains here at the Hawksbill Weather Station. Very reliable location for that. Of course, right down here in Watoga, all kinds of different robots here as well. Now, if you completed Mare for a day, these robots will be passive towards you. And if not, then they'll be aggressive, but you will find a Protectrons down here as well. Several Protectrons here in Sugar Grove. I would say, geez, anywhere from 8 to 12. Same thing here, Robco Research Center. Fair amount of Protectrons and Robobrains there as well. Inside and outside. So that's a couple great spots there. So let's pop into Hawksbill Weather Station. We haven't been down here in a little while. Oh, is that a straggler? That's a straggler. He just showed up out of nowhere, didn't he? Just showed up right there. And funny thing is every time I find was looking for a particular enemy when you're looking to cripple, these are the guys that show up for some odd reason in your camp. So if it said, cripple Scorch, there'll be Scorch in your camp. Cripple super mutants, there'll be super mutants in your camp. All right, so that's what I find anyway. What is that down there? Huh. Interesting. All right. As I said, let's go down here to Hawksbill Weather Station, and we'll take a look at those Robobrains here, just to kind of, even though we did it in our camp, still to kind of show you guys some spots. All right, so we do have to cripple these guys. Let's take a look at that again. So we have to cripple the Robobrains or Protectron's arms. You can go ahead and free aim if you so wish. Definitely nothing wrong with that. For a small daily like this, we just need to. Now, sometimes we do have weeklies where we have to cripple like 18 to 30. I recommend using VATS and high perception or concentrated fire perk card. Let's take a look at that real quick here. Now, this is one of the perk cards that they've changed within the last 6-7 months under perception. The perk card is called Concentrated Fire. Now, if your perception is 5 or higher, you don't need this perk card anymore. But if your perception is lower than 5, you will need this perk card. And this allows you to move your VATS from head, torso, arms, and legs. And if you have the right weapon, all you need is one Protectron or Robobrain in this case. So you go left arm, right arm. And all you need is just one robot if you have the right weapon. But if you have a weapon that's, one shot, one kill, obviously you're going to need a second one. But just a little mention there. There are 4 Robobrains here for sure. You can free aim, use the VATS as I mentioned. It's really up to you. You play the game however way you want to play it. Usually, oh, he's over here today. Okay. Usually he's over here. Oh, they're all both over here. So left arm, then you go right arm. So you see how I'm kind of switching in between, just like that. Okay. Now, of course, we already did it. But this is all you have to do. You just switch back and forth, just like that. Now, not all weapons are created equal when you're trying to cripple. You guys see me do this day in and day out every single week, okay? I find most ballistic weapons, plasma caster like what I have here, plasma rifle, bow and arrow, the crossbow. But you guys have seen me use weapons in the past, and they can't cripple anything to save their life. All right, so I was kind of make a little mention of that. All right, let's head back to our camper, and we'll take a look at the other ones that we can do in our camp. All right. Let's put this weapon away here. Oh, we did have it away, Jim. Let's see what's next here. Craft ammo on a workbench 50. So don't get this confused with collect ammo. You actually have to craft ammo. And of course you do that at only one workbench. That is the Tinkerer's workbench. Now, any Tinkerer's workbench will do. We can find them in around the wasteland. Certain train stations have them. Not, they are kind of mix and match at different train stations, or you just kind of build one in your camp. Let's go ahead and go craft here. Now, it did say ammo, so it can be any type of ammo. So this is your ballistic ammo here, okay? This is your energy ammo. Now, for these daily weekly challenges, it will specify what type of ammo to craft. So it says energy ammo, you craft energy. When it says ballistic, you can craft this. But when it says ammo, you can craft either or. Ammo, ballistic, or energy. So let's go down to the energy one just to kind of show you. So fusion cells times 30, 4 copper, 8 lead, and 4 plastic. And we do have a couple perk cards to give us more bang for our buck. Let's take a look at that real quick here. So under agility, we have the perk card called Ammo Smith. If you don't have a level 2, if all you have is a level 1, definitely apply it. It's only going to help you. This level 2 produce 80% more rounds when crafting ammunition. And of course here under luck, we have the perk card here called Super Duper. Now, Super Duper doesn't work with everything in the game. Like certain weapons, certain armor, power armor, for example. But usually everything else works pretty good. If you don't have a level 3, if all you have is a level 1 or level 2, definitely apply. But even this level 3, as you can see, is still only a 30% chance. So it's definitely not going to work anytime. We do find it does work better if you craft more than 3, let's say. But you guys have seen me do this several times a week. And it does work if you do craft 1 or 2 once in a while. All right, let's back to our Tinker's workbench here. And again, anyone will do. Go back to our energy ammo. Instead of fusion cells times 30, it's 54. But that's the same requirements there on the right-hand side as if we were crafting 30. And that's what the Ammo Smith perk card does. All right, let's go ahead. Now, the same method would have happened with your ballistic. Everything would have jumped up with that Ammo Smith perk card. All right, let's craft our fusion cells here. There we go. Craft ammo on a workbench, 50 for 50. So again, when it says ammo, it could be either ballistic or energy. The other times, it'll be more specific. So it'll actually say energy or it'll actually say ballistic. All right, that's where it kind of differentiates there. And if you do switch your perk cards around, don't forget to switch them back. Of course, you guys who've been following me for a long time know that sometimes I forget. This way here, Jimmy. There we go. All right, let's see what's next here. Select RadAway or Rad-X 5. So a couple different ways we can go ahead and do this. You can find RadAway and Rad-X in around the game, just laying around. I can show you a couple locations for that. We can get RadAway and Rad-X off of Ghoul. So I'm not saying every Ghoul will have them on them, but it's a good way to get RadAway and Rad-X. And of course, we can craft RadAway and Rad-X at a chemistry workbench. And we can buy RadAway and Rad-X from other players' vendors and from medical dispensers. All right, so some great locations for RadAway and Rad-X. I find myself the spot up here, Point Pleasant. Now, between the cultists that you get the stim packs off of, I find there's lots of chems here in general. And I'm talking about the rooftops, the basement of the Mothman Museum over by the church. Lots of chems here in general. I think the most chems we ever got here, including the stim packs off the cultists, was about 30. Okay, just kind of keep that in mind. But also keep in mind that when the Mothman Equinox event is going on, all right, those 25 cultists will not be here, all right, during that time, all right? Another pretty good hot spot for chems in general, RadAway and Rad-X, Gilman Lumber Mill, even though it's a small location, there's quite a few chems laying around, as well as over here at the Morgantown Airport. Now we're talking about the outside, so we're talking about the runway, and out front, out by the arrivals area, we do have like those 3 tents that are set up, okay? And you can check out there as well. Now, every train station, every fast travel area, even places like Camden Park, will have what's called medical dispensers, and they'll have RadAway and Rad-X and different chems in them as well, usually 5 packets of cigarettes. Now, it does change server to server. If you do empty out a medical dispenser, they'll all be emptied out. So you'll have to wait till the next day until they're, till they restock, so to speak. Okay. And of course, you can try other players' vendors. A lot of players will sell chems in general for ghouls such as myself. Right, it's another thing you can try as well. And of course, if you have a chemistry workbench, you can craft your own there. Okay. You have a chemistry workbench. Now, if you don't have one, you actually get one very early on in game. When you leave Vault 76, most people come down here to Flatwood. You go to the tavern. There's 2 kiosks that's there. That's where you become a responder. Okay. You do the very first 2 quests in the game for most people. Okay. You stay right here in Flatwood. It's very easy to do. Just in case you do run into any issues, I do have those here on the channel. At the very end of those 2 quests, you will get the plan for the chemistry workbench. There's a chemistry workbench close by here in Morgantown Station. And I find 8 times out of 10 on both type of servers, the plan will be right on the floor next to it. So it's something else you can try there as well. I've seen people sell chemistry workbench plans in their vendor for like 350 caps. Just get it free. Just go the free way and save yourself 350 caps. And so all you would have to do is just go ahead and go craft. You go down here to healing. And most of us will carry some sort of quantity of RadAway and Rad-X on us anyway. We can craft these diluted ×2 version, okay? Now we can use the Chemist Perk card under Intelligence. That will turn it to diluted ×4. And it'll be the same requirements as if you're crafting 2, very similar to the Ammo Smith, but it's called Chemist. And it's under Intelligence, and of course you can use your Super Duper Perk card, which can help you out there as well. So what we're actually going to try here, because it does say collect RadAway and Rad-X, we are actually going to use our first aid bag. Now, unfortunately, this is a Fallout first item. However, if you did use the trial we had a few weeks ago, you're able to craft this, the scrap box and the ammo storage box, and hopefully most of you would have emptied out your stash box and filled these guys up. Okay, so make room in your stash box. So even though that trial is done, you don't pay for Fallout First anymore, you can still build these in your camp. Okay, even though you don't have Fallout First anymore, and you can take out of them. You just can't put in, you can take out. Okay, just remember that. So if you happen to use that trial and you put some RadAway and Rad-X in your little first aid bag here, let's go ahead. We're going to grab some stuff out here. Hopefully we have... yeah, we do RadAway right there. So we're going to grab some Rad-X diluted ×5. We're just going to grab 2 of them here, as that's all that we need. All right, just like that. All right, and we'll just grab the other 3. There we go. Like RadAway or Rad-X 5 for 5 done, just by using the old age storage box. All right, pretty cool. So all kinds of options there for you guys. Let's see what's next. Eat dog food 5. Now, don't get this confused. Don't go around, kill a bunch of canines, cook the food up and eat it. It's actually talking about canned dog food here, okay? Now, we do have a camp resource available to us. It is the Weenie Wagon. Now, hopefully, the past 2 weeks, we've had the special events going on. They change every single day. I believe today's Alien Invaders, but the only way to get this Weenie Wagon is by completing the event called Graham's Meat Cook. Okay, you don't have to complete Primal Cuts, but as long as you complete Graham's Meat Cook, you have the possibility of getting this Weenie Wagon. And other than that, if people get multiples, they'll sell them in their vendors. Okay, so keep that in mind. That's the only way to get this Weenie Wagon. You'll never see this in the Atomic Shop. But as you can see, it passively collects 12 canned dog food while you play the game. Absolutely fantastic. Fantastic for sure. All right, now let's look at a couple great locations for canned dog food. I find Scorched will usually have canned dog food on them. Again, not every one. Okay, you'll also get a lot of junk items, caps, etc. But sometimes the odd one will have canned dog food on them. Tyler County Fairgrounds, pretty good little spot there. You can try that out. Right here in Camden Park, like in around the roller coaster, right in around that little Raider section. There's a bunch of picnic table and chairs set up here in Lewisburg. Nice little spot there. And of course, right up here, oh, actually one more spot just kind of popped in my head, way down here by Camp Liberty. Now, Camp Liberty, this one here is, again, a little bit of a tricky spot. A bunch of communists down here, but in and around the bonfire area, you'll see like a bunch of seating around the bonfire. There's lots of packets and cartons of cigarettes down there, but there'll be some boxes down there in and around the seating, and sometimes there's canned dog food there. But depending on the server, sometimes the server will switch out the canned dog food with pork and beans, okay? But it's definitely worth a try if you're looking for the canned dog food is down there. Now, if you're a returning player, you haven't played in a long time, like, 3-4 years, you might remember the Mama Doches, but it's probably the best spot to go for canned dog food. But you guys see me do this, like every time this one pops up, I always bring you guys here. Even on private servers, I'll be lucky to find 2 at the very most, okay? And I never pick them up because I kind of want to keep them there. So let's pop into Mama Doches here. And now that I think of it, this is a pretty good spot to get your Protectrons as well. This is about 3 or 4 Protectrons here, but there's also a couple Liberators and a couple of iBots here. So Mama Doches, you're going to come here for your Protectrons crippling their arms, okay? Just kind of use that little method I just mentioned, left arm, right arm kind of deal.
Beginning search.
Oh, this cat in here. Nice. Now, you can check this room. I never really have too much luck in this room looking for canned dog food. What I do, I'm going to show you, usually in these large baskets here. You can try over here. Usually there's some salt, pepper, and spices over here, though. But if you guys remember back in the day, I don't know how long you guys been playing for, but I've been playing since release. But these conveyor belts used to be just full of canned dog food, if you guys remember. And not such luck, even on this private server. And again, I never pick this stuff up. Check the conveyor belts still. Sometimes I find them over here on this shelf. Oh, look at that. Nice. 2 of them right there. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Right on. Thanks, game. Thanks for playing along. Hey, listen. I'm trying to make a video here. What's going on here? Oh, he's way up there. Level 0 pick lock there. It's good to kind of check this. Look at that Mylar cake sitting inside the cooler. That's interesting. Look if we got a RadAway in there. Nice. That's kind of random. All right. Now there's one more little box back here to check. Also a robot out here as well. Okay. Check the... Oh. Don't get away from me there, buddy. Check this box as well. None here today, but we found the 2. Now, if you can make it up here, right on top of this shelf, sometimes you'll find here, or even inside this chem cooler. You can try there as well. All right, now the other place to check is the manager's room, which is right over here. Check these lockers, but again, nowhere's near as good as it used to be. Nowhere's near. And check this cooler. Sometimes, oh, that gumdrop's nice. Sometimes there'll be one on this shelf. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead. We're gonna eat our canned dog food now. Talk about the canned dog food and that weenie wagon. If you ever see a camp with the weenie wagon, check their vendor, because sometimes people who have weenie wagons, such as myself, they'll sell canned dog food for like a cap each. 5 caps at the most I've seen people sell it for, but I know when I sell it for a cap each, sometimes 0 caps, depending on how happy I am. But I'm mostly happy. But anyway, you can check other players' vendors, the people that have the weenie wagons, just for people like us that do the daily, weekly challenges all the time. There we go. Hey, we missed a guy. All right, let's see what's next here. Let's go ahead and kill Wendigo 1. So I have a lot of great older videos I have here on the channel. Again, they're early 2023. They're a little rough on the audio, but they're still good here today. Let's take a look at a couple locations for some Wendigos. The main thing you have to remember for the Wendigos, they're not 100% guaranteed, because depending on the server likes to switch out the Wendigos with what's called a bloated glowing one. So always kind of keep that in mind. So Lewisburg, Hornwright Air Purifier Site 3. 3 ponds is a very low chance here, extremely low. Right here in between the trading post and the Dark Hollow Man, usually right about here. Usually there's a Hawking Mega Sloth in around here as well. Right up here at Haven Church. And of course the Wendigo Cave. Again, a little bit higher level area. If you've been here before, pretty lackluster. But if you've never been here before, it's a little bit of a maze. You can definitely get killed easily by the Mylurks that are in there. Never mind the Wendigo, but just kind of keep that in mind. And if you're lucky to get on a server up here, Freddy Fear's House of Scares, sometimes, yeah, there's a kill Wendigo while wearing a costume. Now, you don't really have to do it if you're just going up for the Wendigo, but you can if you wish, if you want to complete that little miscellaneous daily quest there. All right, let's pop down here to one of my favorite spots here, Lewisburg. Just gotta wait 14 seconds. Yeah. It's a pretty good time. Now this guy here will be right on the main street. Right up here by Rob Van Lowe's Taxidermy. He's usually on this end of the main road. Usually. I like to kind of pop up here. He's a regular guy. He's a regular guy. He's a regular guy. Weathered Feral Ghoul. No, I don't see the Wendigo around, do we? Yeah, maybe the game switched him out with that weathered guy. Sometimes the game does that, but just kind of keep that in mind. All right. He's not here today. That's unfortunate. Let's go somewhere else here where I have pretty good luck finding him. Let's go to Haven Church. Now, this is a little creepy spot over here. A little bit higher level area. That's fine. I don't think he even knows I'm here. That's funny. Now, there will be some insects in around here as well. There will be ghouls inside of this church here, so keep that in mind. A little owlet on top of the roof. You're looking for an owlet. Good lord. It's a tick, as I mentioned. Now, the Wendigo is usually down here. Oh, see, yeah, the bloated glowing one. And sometimes that will happen. Alright, so that's a little unfortunate. That's what the game will do sometimes, just like that. Get that Rad-X on him, nice. Alright, it's a little unfortunate. Let's go somewhere else then for our Wendigo. Let's go to Horn Radiator Purifier Site 3. Right now, we should have saved this one for last. Yeah, something was telling me. But you don't have to be playing this game for long until you realize that when you're looking for something, you'll never find it. For whatever reason. Because the game's always been like that. It's one of its quirks, you know? That's why we love it so much. That's what gives us the challenge. Then we have to be in competition with other people for, you know, if we're on servers with other people, right? Where are we at here? Been a little while since this cat's been down here, but let's take a look. Oh, look at this guy. Look at this cat here.
Here now. Must reassess the plan to accommodate this setback. Oh, neighbor, it's so good to see you again. Do you happen to know the way to Flatwoods? I'm meeting with our friend there.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes when stars are aligned, the human mind begins to play tricks on itself. Such an unpredictable piece of machinery. you'll soon find that death is just another doorway. Please, hush now. This daydream will soon be over.
What? Check our stats here and effects here and see. No. Okay. That's interesting. Interesting. All right. Let's see. I don't see anyone in there. All right. That's kind of interesting for sure. All right. Where else are we going to go for our Wendigo gym? Let's pop into 3 pods. We haven't been here for a while. Oh, is it the Emissary? Huh. Can't say I've ever come across him. We can use our... Oh, there's one up there. So I say low chance, but a high chance here today, apparently. There you go. Kill a Wendigo, baby. Now, don't forget your great stuff off of this guy. Nice. Again, very low chance that he'll be here, but that's pretty awesome. Salisbury steak, improved bait. Thank you very much. Nice. Well, that worked out. Let's see what's next. Complete an event while in the team 1. So this is the one we messed up on 2 weeks ago. Twice. And 1 last week. We did some events, but we didn't get into teams. So let's talk about getting into a team first. Okay, pretty straightforward. You could be on a team by yourself. You could be on a team with other people. It's really up to you. You just go to the top right-hand corner, social. You can create your own team. Okay, and again, you could be on a team by yourself or with other people. It doesn't really matter. Now, we do have challenges where it says, actually says, be on a team with another player. Okay, that case you will have to be with another player for sure. Okay. Now, if you're just doing daily, weekly challenges, just kind of fooling around, going solo, I recommend doing events and casual. There's no expectations there, but if you join a team for daily ops, raids, or expeditions, there's an expectation there. And if you don't partake, you'll be kicked. All right, so just a little mention there. Let's go ahead here. We're going to do an events. We're on a server by ourselves, and we're on a team by ourselves. Let's take a look at events here. And again, I do have a link in the description called a video called Complete Events for Newbies. We mainly focus on the 5 events that we can spawn in ourselves by fast traveling or by walking by that area. Let's take a look at those here real quick. So we have BattleBot down here, Mount Blair Train Yard. Fertile Soil here at the Voltec Agricultural Research Center here in Flatwood. It's probably the first event you ever do as a brand new player. We have Collision Course right here by Morgantown Airport. Okay, if you come in from the train station side, you run down the runway. And you don't activate until you get to the quarantine zone, okay? And 2 up here in Grafton, Protest March or Grafton Day. All right, let's see what else we have going on here. It says, oh, Angler Horde, that's interesting. We have Enclave Event. Super Mutant Horse, Skyline Valley, okay. All right, let's do the Super Mutant one here. See, we're happy to be down here already. Now, a couple things can happen when you do these hordes, okay? It'll pop right up, and there'll be the horde right in front of you, okay? The other time will be a horde you actually have to go and try to find. Oh, there's right here. Nice. Just like that. So that's pretty awesome. So he has his boys coming here. There we go. And just like that. That's as easy as it gets. And as I mentioned, sometimes you'll actually have to go look for the horde, okay? Which means you'll come up with like little circles and around the map. So if that ever happens, I recommend looking at the locations where those circles are at. And, you can roughly know from either watching my channel, me holy gee talking about it, or if you play the game long enough, you know roughly what type of enemy is there day to day. Holy crazy town. Electrician down there. We get him? Oh, I wonder if he... Blood Eagle flyer there. Where's the electrician at? He must have disappeared. What in the world, boys? Blood Eagles are here too. Wow. Wow. Interesting. Grab some stuff here, shall we? Yeah, it's a shame that that electrician disappeared. I think we can get Tesla rifle or something, special weapon off that guy. I can't remember. Now, if you are overweight like myself, you can use a score booster drink. We can also use a perk card if you have it available to you. It is under Charisma. And it is called... Travel Agent. You can fast travel while over encumbered at an increased cost. Keep that in mind. But still, remember, you're still over encumbered, so you can't run. Alright, that's the only downside. Carry booster. There we go. Alright, let's head back to our camp here, because I think we're done. That was nice, quick, and easy. I like those horde ones where they just pop up like right there. The ones you have to kind of search for does add a little bit more time, but it's easy enough. You just kind of look around and, you know, you roughly know what type of enemy is in those locations. So I think we're done. Just like that, guys. Pretty awesome. Let's take a look at weapon of the day here. Not that. Anti-armor peepers. True Plasma Caster, plus 50% armor penetration, plus 50% limb damage, plus 3 luck, anti-armor crippling luck, True Capacitor, Aligned Sniper Barrel, Standard Sight, Peeper's Paint, 147 damage, 166 electrical damage, plasma cartridges, single fire. It is considered a heavy weapon. Perk cards here, again the same loadout I've had for quite some time. I actually do have a heavy gunner loader that I've used for years. I've switched them out for years, but with all these changes with the perk cards the last 8 or 9 months, I've just been kind of sticking to this build. Because if I put my heavy gunner build, those numbers for the damage go down for whatever reason. Doesn't make any sense to me. I've lost all hope with the perk cards here now. These are my legendary perk cards. Again, nothing changed for me. Very happy with them. And then, as you can see, they're all maxed out. Armor. Let's take a look at the armor here. Aristocrats, Ultralight Secret Service left arm. Chameleon, Ultralight Secret Service left leg. Mutants, Ultralight Secret Service right arm. Resistance Secret Service under armor. Troubleshooters, Ultralight Secret Service right leg. Vanguards, Jetpack Secret Service chest piece. Nice. Alright, there you guys go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share when you have the chance. It really helps me out. I'd like to thank my channel members, Artistically Arranged, Michael Edwards, Nigel Wiffen, Heather, Whitetribe, Mr. Shelton, Drake Stamps, NotMeButMeYesMeThatsMe, Drew Andrew, Waywarner, John, DJ59, Picker Rest, Grand Trenton, 20 Watson, Felix the Cat, Benny Bunny, AJ Fultz, Adolfo Perez, Ozzy's 1, Ricardo 186, Eric R. Shepard, Zach M. Thank you all so very much, and I hope you all have a nice day.